Okay, good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time for some Doctor Who news. News from in and around the Whoniverse that, well, you know the rest of that story. Well, lots and lots of weirdness going on again out there in the Whoniverse, but some really, really big announcements today. You know, that of course happened while I was at work. You know, that's how these things happen. And then, of course, I'll cover it that night when I give time. But here's one. Let's start off with the good stuff, shall we? Let's get right into it. First up, that's right, Return of the Puma Doctor. Now, okay, now for you folks who are just tuning in, I made up this cute little acronym or whatever it is, because what happened is because Eccleston didn't want to be in the 50th anniversary special, they literally had to pull something. Moffat had to pull something out of his ass. So I jokingly called it the Puma Doctor for PWOMA, pulled out of Moffat's ass. But still, okay, Return of the War Doctor. Big Finish have announced a new range of adventures in the Doctor universe, this time focusing on the mysterious other Doctor who fought in the Time War. That's right, John Hurt, the world-renowned star of film and television, is returning to the role of the War Doctor in 12, not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 5, 12 full-cast Doctor Who audio plays. That's right. Oh, yeah. Okay, the War Doctor was introduced during Doctor Who's 50th anniversary, played a key part in the record-breaking television special Era of the Zygons, alongside with David Tennant and Matt Smith's Doctors. He is a secret incarnation of the Time Lord, but he has shunned the title Doctor in order to fight in the Time War against the Daleks. Here's a little quote from Jason Haig-Ellery. The audio adventures of the War Doctor will be told over 4 box sets, each containing 3 linked hour-long episodes. The first box set is entitled Only the Monstrous and is written and directed by Nick Briggs. Now, with him, whose many successes for Big Finish include the BBC Audio Award-winning masterpiece, The Doctor Who Dark Eyes. There's a quote by Nick. Now, the cast of the War Doctor also includes Jacqueline Pierce, who plays the Time Lord Cardinal Alistra, an arch manipulator who is waging the Time War against the Daleks. Jacqueline's work includes Blake Sevens, The Avengers, Callan, Moondial, Russell T Davies' Dark Season, and from her own appearance in Doctor Who as Chesine, or is it Chesini? I can't remember, in The Two Doctors. Only the Monsters will be released in December of this year. Whoo, doggy. And will be followed in February 2016 by the second volume, Infernal Devices, which is going to be written by John Dorney, Phil Murin, and Matt Fitton. Volumes 3 and 4 are currently in pre-production. Now, in addition to the War Doctor, November 2017 also sees a prequel box set to the saga Doctor Who, the Eighth Doctor, The Time War, which will follow the early stages of the Time War from the Eighth Doctor's perspective. Of course, Paul McGann stars alongside characters who were first introduced in the War Doctor box sets. Oh, so this right here is just awesome on its own, because we do know that McGann's Doctor was around during the early stages of the Time War when his people literally became a cuss word across the universe. Okay, so really fantastic news here. I'm really looking forward to these. Okay, Witches Familiar official rating. Now, the Witches Familiar official finished with an official rating of 5.71 million viewers. Now, the rating issued by the BARB includes all those who watched the program within 1 week of transmission. Now, this rating makes Doctor Who the 24th most watched program on British television for the week and the 8th most watched BBC program for the week. The live rugby, where England played Wales, which took a sizable portion of Doctor Who's audience, finished with a consolidated rating of almost 9 million. The top of the list, of course, was the Great British Bake Off, which had a final audience of 11.09 million viewers. The final rating of 5.71 million is the lowest since the series returned in 2005, although Silence in the Library in 2008 had a lower chart position with 27th. So don't panic yet. I'm not kidding. I have been seeing some really moronic articles today. They're going to cancel the show. It's all part of the Scottish conspiracy. Look at all the actors in Doctor Who are Scottish and or pretending to be Scottish in order for the Scottish Illuminati to remove Doctor Who from the air in vengeance for their terrible portrayal and Scottish stereotypes in the episode Terror of the Zygons, which aired all the way. Oh my God, it's just gotten crazy. But okay, next up, Under the Lake. The overnight viewing figures for Under the Lake were, of course, 3.7 million viewers. Doctor Who, with a 16.3% share of the total audience, once more suffered by being placed directly opposite live rugby, where this week England versus Australia had played and was watched by an average of 8 million viewers to top the overnight figures for that day. Now, and I'm not going to go into strictly come butt licking. Overall, Doctor Who was 5th for the day and is currently 43rd for the week for Under the Lake. This has gotten ridiculous. I don't know whose bright idea it was to put Doctor Who up against freaking rugby. Oh, man. Okay, now these are all the press reactions to Under the Lake. So if you want to get a quick look at, how different, press venues and all that, reacted to it, got everything from the Independent, Telegraph Express, Then a Geek, whatnot, all consolidated right here into a nice little article so you can go check out for yourself, all right? Moving on to Australian overnight ratings for Under the Lake and consolidated ratings for The Magician's Apprentice. Here we go. Under the Lake debuted in Australia, averaging 428,000 viewers in the 5 major capital cities. Directly up against the National Rugby League Grand Final, it was still the 2nd highest rating ABC drama of the day and 13th highest rating program of the day overall. These ratings do not include real regional or time-shifted viewers. Now, meanwhile, including time-shifted viewers, Magician's Apprentice averaged 847,000 consolidated viewers, and with 190,000 extra viewers, it was the 2nd highest time-shifted program of the day and the 8th highest rating program of the day overall. Now, this don't even include regionals, of course, but still, once again, damn good numbers coming out of Australia. All right, Under the Lake got an AI of 84, and you all know what an AI is. Okay, here's the other big news. Now, BBC Worldwide have now confirmed the details of the forthcoming release of the Underwater Menace on DVD, which is going to be out on the 26th of this month. The thing is, like I said, as predicted, it's going to be, what do you call it? It's going to be still snaps. There was no animation even started on this episode. I've read that article a billion times. I even went over this last year when I think it was Planet 55 Animation said we didn't even get a chance to start on these. We were told that it's probably going to be pretty much it. And of course, they confirmed, yep, that's it at the earlier this year. So the thing is, like I said, come on, you got to enjoy the fact that you're still going to get all these special features with it. You're going to get the episodes 2 and 3, which are the only ones that are surviving, and you're going to get them remastered. Like I said, look, check out these features, man. Some interesting stuff there. And you didn't even get that with like Web of Fear and what do you call it, Enemy of the World when it first came out. So at least it's finally here. Okay. Okay, Colin Baker and Dalek Week at the Doctor Experience. Remember to visit the Doctor Experience on Saturday, October 10th for your chance to meet Colin Baker and ask him what questions you'd always wanted to ask. And I just wanted to remind you about that, okay, because that's coming up this weekend. All right. Over here, 10 hints before the flood. Now, I ran through these earlier. There is nothing spoilery. It's just a bunch of random phrases. We don't know who said what. Okay, I don't care about your rules or your bloody survivor's guilt. Enough to bring an armada, enough to wake me from my sleep. At the risk of starting a bidding war, you could enslave me. However, that sentence ends, no, we can't. What if I don't die? What if I refuse? Is there another way to dangle somebody out of a window? It's already happened. The proof is right there in front of you. That's the thing about knowing you're going to die. You've got nothing left to lose. So where's this man? He has a time machine, and who's next on the list? All right. And lastly for today, and I threw this in, now Sheridan Smith, a lot of you folks out there in Big Finish audio land know her as Lucy Bleeding Miller. She is now up for an international Emmy for her portrayal of Cilla Black. Now just think, this young lady already has an OBE. And she's already up for an international Emmy. So I just thought that was interesting to mention because, I thought she was so incredibly brilliant as Lucy Miller in Big Finish audio with the 8th Doctor Adventures. Okay, so what are we learning? Paranoia, paranoia, paranoia. Guys, get over it already. Your best thing to do right now, instead of reading these ratings figures and going, it's nowhere near as high as last year. They weren't up against freaking international rugby last year. You got to remember that as well. Plus, it looks like they're going to pretty much be stuck in the after 8 p.m. zone for the foreseeable future because Strictly Come Butt Licking has come back on the air. So, but you never know. Once again, I think it's only a couple more weeks. I think about mid-season, the rugby tournament's going to be done, and then hopefully numbers will get back to normal. Also, hopefully I'm going to be hearing more on just what's going on with Series 10, but until then, I don't want to really, speculate on it until I have more facts. Well, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. Take care, and just think, the War Doctor is back. Well, he's back in big in audio, but hey, that's cool too. Okay, take it easy, guys. Have a good one. See y'all tomorrow.